Welcome to the Detailing Down Under podcast, the place for everything auto detailing in Australia right now. Here's your host, Dale Guthrie.
G'day and welcome to the Detailing Down Under podcast. I'm your host, Dale Guthrie. So welcome back, and thanks for everyone that's been tuning in of late and all the messages. It's been pretty awesome. So we've had a few good listens of lots of episodes, so it's going pretty well. So thanks to everyone and their support so far. It's been good. So I'm back from holidays for the week, and I'm straight back into it, into cars and into podcasting. So great guest on today. So we got Kent from GlossWorks Detail Lab in Toowoomba. So yeah, he reached out, said what we're doing was pretty good, and yeah, we just got chatting and thought we'll get you on and have a chat, Kent, and talk everything else, detailing and how it is in your area of the world, being Toowoomba. So I was just up that way, but yeah, I couldn't, a bit far away for me to swing by, but yeah, it was good to get you on anyway. Thanks.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks for having us on. We're looking forward to it. So, love the idea of having an Australian podcast for all of us detailers. So.
Yeah, no, it's going well. It's getting a lot of good messages and feedback, and good guests as well. Always helps. And I'm still on the search for future guests. I'm all trying to bank in some episodes and stuff. So keep it punching out weekly. So that's my plan, and it is a bit of work, but I've got another one lined up as well. So, yeah, don't be scared. If you want to come on for a chat and talk, reach out to me. I'm up for anything. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Great idea. So.
All right. So, Ken, how long you been detailing, and probably where you are at the moment, and where'd you all start from?
Yeah, man. So been detailing for about 15 years. So give or take. So from looking after my own show cars and stuff like that's where I sort of started doing my own stuff, and then progressed from there. Worked on the gas rigs for good 10 years, and then sick of getting made redundant all the time. So stepped into detailing, started a little hole in the wall, literally two cars deep, one car wide, and sort of evolved from there. So now just moved into a new shop about 2 months ago. And quite a big shed that was actually built as a detailer's shop in the first place. So dedicated wash bays and areas like that, good lighting and stuff, and sort of taking it over from there and sort of ready to progress to the next level. So.
No, awesome. I know we had Paul the other week on. He done the FIFO stuff, and I'm sort of used to that myself. So yeah, we're obviously been there and done it as a hobby in between, pretty much.
Yeah, no, it's a good entry fly and fly out, but when you get, especially on the gas rigs, when you literally get made redundant when fuel prices drop, so it's just time to get out and do something I actually like doing.
Yeah, awesome. And you mentioned your shop, you've only been there not long.
Yeah, not long at all. So just a newer, bigger location where we do a lot of bigger vehicles and boats and stuff like that. So needed a bigger shop.
Yeah. And when we talk about shops here, I used to talk about interiors of the shops, but your exterior is pretty impressive. That's sort of one thing that jumped out on your Instagram, like the exterior of that shop and how it's all sign written. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. The way they did it in 3D, so like there's different levels to the actual signage, just makes it really stand out. People love the look of it. When we first got it done, I never saw it because we were too busy. So I saw it at nighttime, and it even blew me away at nighttime in the dark. So the guys who did it in Toowoomba did a great job. They pushed me into doing it. I just wanted a simple signage on the shed, and they pushed me into doing that, and I sort of happy they did. So
yeah, it's pretty impressive. You don't see ones like that these days as much. We all focus about interior and having the nice floors and lights and everything, and good paint. But yeah, your exterior is awesome. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, jump over and have a look.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, especially the outside shots, because I like to take pictures of everything in the sun. The sun doesn't lie, and videos and pictures, it just makes the car stand out too as well. So,
yep. Are you a one-man band
Yeah,
up
mate.
there?
Yeah,
Yep.
one man band, just me. My wife works here, but she actually cleans prams and baby seats. So as part of the business. So she just me and her. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, right. So what's your main services there, day in, day out?
Main services, just general detailing and protective coatings. So is our main services. That's the day-to-day stuff. We go everything from full-on elite show cars all the way down to just a simple wash and vacuum. So we do everything in between.
Yep. Yeah, right. Have you, with the coatings and stuff, how long you been doing them? Were you doing them from your other location?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we certainly were. So we started off with a couple of different brands over the years and sort of evolved into where we are now with the coatings that not many people know about, but we sort of enjoy using and get good results out of. And yeah, so been doing it coating since the day we opened.
Yep. Yeah, right. What do the boats like to do? I haven't really had much to do with boats. I've had some inquiries, but
yeah, good man. We do a lot of wakeboard boats up here because we've got all the dams that people go skiing and wakeboarding in. So good, easy. A lot of the new gel coats and the new finishes they have on them, they're just like working with the car these days. So not anything different, nothing special.
Yep. Do you have a marine coating? Is that you throw them on it, or is the coating
Yeah,
that you
mate.
got?
Yeah, no, we've got a dedicated marine coating. We use Titan coatings. Yeah, they have a dedicated marine coating that's made just for boats, so just for marine vehicles.
Yep. Yeah, right.
It's good. It stops all the junk sticking to the actual hulls of the boat, so which is the best part.
Yep. Yep. What other products and services do you offer up there? Is it what sort of? Yep.
We depending on what the customer wants, pretty much. We've got a heaps more technology coming in. I've ordered a laser cleaner, so for doing underbodies of cars, and a dry ice blaster coming. So whatever the customer wants, we can provide a service to them. So.
Yep, that's probably another thing these days. Dry ice, I know it's pretty big over the States, and you see a lot of it now. And yeah, I haven't heard of anyone doing it over here yet.
Yeah, so we got a Karcher one coming, so it actually makes its own dry ice. So you don't have to buy dry ice. So it physically has a CO2 bottle that makes its own as you're using it.
Yep. Oh, that'd be pretty impressive.
Yeah, so yeah, we played with it at an open day, and it blew me away because there's no providers in Toowoomba that provide dry ice in a pallet form. And this one just that negates that issue.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'd be one of the first I've know of anyone doing dry ice over here, which is good.
Yeah, the laser cleaner is the one I'm interested in and pretty keen on. So,
you explain a bit more about that one.
So laser cleaning is a little bit different. So dry ice can only get a certain amount clean. It doesn't like oils and greases, so it can't literally explode them off the surface. So laser cleaning physically will vaporize a thin film of oil or grease or grime on the bottom of the metals and stuff like that. So like gearboxes and diffs and stuff, it'll literally vaporize it straight off.
Yep. Is it only for underbody stuff only?
Yeah, mainly for underbody stuff, mate. So that and if you have thin films that you want to remove off the surface, you can remove it off. So you don't use it on your paint job because it will obviously wreck that. But yeah, mainly just for underneath for corrosion and rust and stuff like that.
Yep. All right.
Just newer technology that, will make our life a whole lot easier. Instead of using degreasers and stuff like that, you can use the technology to work for you.
Yep. One thing I did notice, I think it was here, concourse winning detailer.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we do. We look after a lot of Rolls Royce, Club of Queensland. They have their concourses and stuff like that. They go down to Sydney and do all that. So we look after a lot of them, and they're big jobs. That's big dollar stuff. That one. So,
what sort of hours we talking for that sort of stuff?
400 or 500 hours from start to finish.
Wow.
So we've got one customer who brought a Rolls Royce tech up, dropped the engine out, did everything. So he wanted every nook and cranny done because they do check over with the sort of white glove treatment, some of those concourses. So he wanted perfection, and that's what we gave him. And it's an art piece in his house now. It sits inside of a glass air-conditioned box and in the middle of his lounge room.
Wow. Is that sort of where the inspiration for dry ice and laser clean's coming from, you reckon?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. So it's just a lot neater. I don't like using water on the old cars. If I can get away with using, quick detailers or, a rinseless if I have to, I will. So I'm not a big fan of putting water on the old car. So if I can use dry ice or the laser, stops that issue of rusting and stuff.
Yep. I seen a great one the other day when I was just snooping around, dry ice cleaning Alcantara steering wheels. That was pretty different.
Yep. That's the joys of dry ice. You can turn it up, turn it down. You can clean your LCD screens if you turn it down, or fingerprints, or you can turn it up and strip paint off. So very versatile tool.
Yep. Are they expensive? Like with CO2 and maintenance on them machines?
Mate, so far what I've understood from them, there's no actual maintenance except for changing the bottle. So because it literally just it's dry ice or vaporized to a gas. Your nozzles are the probably thing you'll use the most. So because they will wear out because they are shooting it out of that at high speed. And compressors, that's your biggest maintenance is your compressor you got to hire or buy to use.
Yep. And you need a quite large one.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, usually a trailer mounted Atlas Corp one is the best one for that situation. But we've got a peerless one coming that's can handle the CFM and the flow that you actually need to run those machines. So.
Oh wow! So it's not any little detailers, air compressor in their shed can
get
going.
No, mate. No. Well, they can, but you're just going to stop every 5 seconds. It just uses too much volume of air to have a little normal compressor. You need holding tanks, minimum of 500 litre holding tank to run them.
Yep. Oh, it'd be
and
definitely.
They got to have an air dryer too as well, because if you have any water in the lines, so it'll literally look like a fog on your floor. You can't see what you're doing, so you need super dry air.
Yep. Oh wow, it'd be definitely something to catch up with you on once you do a few and have a bit of chat about it, because
have a play.
Yeah. And if anyone knows anyone with one in Australia, that'd be cool to know, because I definitely haven't seen one yet. Not that I go looking.
Yeah, I think I'm like you. I've never seen one yet either. So I see a lot in the States, very big, where the salted areas like Utah and stuff like that, they're huge. So it helps with getting salts off down underneath in Europe, but not here. So
wow, no, that's good. What's the culture up in Toowoomba with detailing? Is there many of yous about up there?
Yeah, man. Yeah. There's a few of us here. So a couple of shop based, a lot of mobile guys. So very high mobile area. So and all of them do a great job. We talk to pretty much almost everyone in Toowoomba that details. So we have a good relationship with them. So I like working with them, and they have issues if I'm too busy. So I'll send work their way. If people just want a simple, wash and vacuum or a valet, those guys are the go-tos. So,
yep. And how do you go with your Titan coatings there? Have you got because you get a bit of warmth and heat, humidity up that way?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Titan coatings are a pretty difficult coating to put on. They because it is a rubber, it's a membrane, not a coating. It's a little bit different to the normal what you're used to. So humidity doesn't overly affect it. The cold and heat does. If it's a hot day, you're only doing a 30 by 30 section. That's about as much you'll get out of it before it flashes off. So it doesn't have a flash before it's completely bonded. So
interesting.
So yeah, just a little bit newer technology, because there's no oxygen molecule in the coating itself. So there's no flash, there's no rainbowing, there's no nothing. It's on and off straight away. So.
Yep. All right. Other products, if you're talking in the industry at the moment, do you think we need any new products or anything you'd like to see?
Not overly, man. We're pretty lucky in the detail industry, that chemical wise. So just more efficient tools, I think. So, more, extra, polishers that are more efficient and stuff like that. Just like one of the guys on the podcast the other day talking about rotaries and stuff, if you can get the rotary finish with the DA would be awesome. So where it sort of comes down to just being more efficient with the tools and the technologies that we've got coming through. So battery powered, I'm loving battery powered at the moment. So in a lot of the polishers, I've got a couple of Makitas and DeWalt's I'm playing around with, and makes life so much easier. Number of cords. So if I can get away from the cord, I will.
I think it's all coming. It's just a matter of when. But how are you going with battery life in them?
Mate, pretty good. So Makita one, I can use 2 batteries on a car for a 2-stage. So pretty decent. It's a sort of a forced rotation machine. So the DeWalt's, you'll use one of their massive big batteries. You'll use one on a car. So just depending on what sort of correction you're doing. So you got to pick and choose your battles with them too as well. They're good for just general polishing, but if you're going to be doing, color sanding, and really you got to get out the electric rotary and go to town on it. So not that powerful.
Yep. And what are you normally using? Foam, microfiber, wool up there?
Bit of both, mate. Mainly wool and foam. So it's my favourite. So the Roops wool's I'm sort of digging at the moment. So for cutting, and I use 3D sort of stuff for the foam for finishing. So
yep. Oh, awesome.
So, but that's where I have boxes for the pads here from over the years. So every car's a little different. So I'll just pick and choose my battles when it comes to what works.
Yep. Yeah, you got to have an arsenal. The tools, you never know what you're going to come across with paint these days. Some of these new
Exactly.
cars.
Exactly. So especially the new water-based cars, they're catches a few people out with, a lot of people can't finish them down properly. So we teach a lot of people the cold water polishing technique to get that ultimate clarity in the water base now, and it seems to be helping a lot of people out.
All right. What's the population of Toowoomba, do you know?
Mate, last time I heard it was almost 1 million people live in Toowoomba, the Toowoomba Darling Downs area. So it's the second biggest inland city in Australia behind ACT.
Yep.
So it's good. It's a good area. So it's a lot of industry based area. So we've got oil and gas, we've got farming, we've got mining, and we've got construction all in one town.
Yep. Yeah, I've never been there, so I wasn't aware. I know you got a good speedway track, haven't you?
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's on this weekend. So it's a quite a big car area. So a lot of modified cars, a lot of industries here that deal with cars, like from 6-boost turbo manifolds. Golby's Parts is in Toowoomba, one of the biggest, parts people, aftermarket stuff. They're all based within about 10 kilometres of our shops.
Yep. Yeah,
some crazy cars here too as well. So for builds wise, for a little country town per se. So,
probably one thing I've noticed from being up that way last week, the amount of Teslas, and I shout out to Joe, who I had on the other week. I swung by and caught up with him in person, which was great. And they punch out a lot of Teslas, and I see you had the new Model Y in already. So many up that way with Teslas.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. No, a lot of Teslas up this way. Yeah, that was the first Model Y I've played with. That same customer's got a Model 3 too as well, and has got a Model X coming, and a couple other Tesla-based vehicles on order. So, but yeah, no, a lot of Teslas up in Toowoomba now. We didn't see many for ages, and then as soon as we got the charging stations here, we saw a whole bunch really quickly.
Yep. Yeah, they're everywhere up there.
Mate, they are. So,
what are your thoughts on them? Working on them, they're not too bad.
Fine. So yeah, no, they're not too bad. Some of their build quality can be questioned. So the Chinese Gigafactory ones are pretty decent, the paint jobs and stuff. But yeah, some of the early American ones, they were a bit lacking per se. Let's just say that. So I've never seen panel gaps where you can fit your car key down the panel gap, and it's just like, oh wow. And the other side was almost as tight as a credit card. So one of those things when it comes to them. Yep. All right. But I think that's the way the technology is going. I mean, might as well not fight it when it comes to electric cars. So they're only going to get better and better.
Yeah. I think you can't help them coming nowadays, but and I think the instant power is definitely a big thing too, driving them.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of the cars that sort of take you, especially with his performance pack one, it takes your breath away when he gives it all the power it's got. You sort of throws you back in your seat pretty hard.
You get a lot of many old, sort of street machine old cars up that way. I know you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we do. We've got a massive big street machine sort of scene up here in Toowoomba. A lot of Tiranas, Falcons, that sort of stuff. So a lot of hot rods and stuff. So we have a few come through the shop. So I don't usually put them on the page too often. So a lot of the customers just want to keep them quiet, and all their show car builds that they're going to be shown at a show, so that you can't show them until they've been shown. So, but yeah, we do a fair few. So punch through them pretty quickly and easy. They're pretty easy to look after, the old girls.
Yep. What about motorbikes? Many up that way?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. It's a big cruiser scene up here, so you get a lot of baggers and stuff like that. So not a big street bike scene, but yeah, a lot of Harleys, a lot of Indians, stuff like that.
Yep. I think the touring bikes in Australia are taking off with Harleys and like your baggers and stuff there. They're sort of changing
100%.
now.
100%. We've got a cool shop up here in Toowoomba that does all custom ones. So they're under like the big 30-inch front wheels and custom paint jobs and stuff, and they're cool.
All right. What are your thoughts on PPF? Have you done much of that, or you?
I've dabbled in PPF. It's not my sort of thing. I don't like the look. Personally, myself, I don't like the look of it. I mean, I don't like the fact, especially with our UV here, you can't keep it on for as long as the manufacturers say you can keep it on. So I sort of steer clear of it a bit. Our rubber membranes act like PPF. They're physically a healing rubber that go on top of your car, not a hard ceramic. So I get the best of both worlds with what we do anyway. So
yeah, interesting about that.
So, but mind you, the girls from Bush Wraps, I know you deal with them. They do a great job. I love their idea of that product, especially for cars that say go up to the Cape, put it on, beat the crap out of it, peel it off when you get home.
Yeah, that's an awesome. And we talked about that with Joe, and I managed to catch up with Maddie the other day. So yeah, I think that their product is pretty good, and it sort of suits me as well for my situation of without going all in on PPF. That's sort of my market is four-wheel drives down here, and that's a good product that suits them, and it suits me as well as a business.
Yeah, no, it's a smart idea, especially when it comes to looking after your four-wheel drives. If you're going to use them like a four-wheel drive, not a street crawler, great idea. So,
100%. Yep. In our industry, is there anything we could improve? Anything like not so much products, but anything else you reckon?
Just comes down to really the actual people in the industry themselves. That's the only thing sort of could improve. Everyone's their own little thing. They do their things their own way. Don't bag them out for the way they do things. Some people have some pretty cool ideas that I've learned from over the years, and you think, that shouldn't be used in detailing, but it works. So, that's pretty much anything in my opinion, should change the industry, is just accept what people do.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's entitled to an opinion as well. I think offline we're having a chat about the forums and stuff, so I'm not on any, and I think I might keep it that way.
Yeah. So it's pretty smart. It stops you from hearing the junk that happens in the industry. So it's easy to just stay off and just put your blinders on and do your own thing.
Yep. Stay in your own line.
That's the one.
Very good. All right, we'll go into our top 5 questions. So, can you remember your first ever detailing job?
Yeah, I can actually. It was a Holden Commodore Ute, and it was hammered. It was what was meant to be a straight red color, but it was pink. So when it come in, it put it through the local car wash, and then turn the alkalines up a little bit too high and burn all of his one-stage paint. So that was my first detail, so first proper polishing job, and brought it back to red and glossy for him again, and that was it. Floor looked like murder when I finished, and by the time I washed all the pads out, it looked like I'd killed someone in my shed. So, and that was him. That was the first one I ever did.
Yep. You probably talked about a little bit before with your favourite polisher.
Yeah, my actual favourite polisher, believe it or not, it's called an Osram. So it's a Malaysian company. So it's a little bit different. It's only got a 5mm throw, but it's a high torque, high rotation machine. So you can't stall it down. Really high speed spinning. So but super smooth, almost as smooth as a rotary. So but a DA version of it. So I'm a massive fan of that one.
Can't say I've heard of it. But...
No, most people haven't. Yeah, OSREN. It's called the Hurricane 2.0, and it's a great machine. You can drop it, you can do anything, it doesn't break. Great for an actual detailing shop.
Yep. No doubt our polisher expert, Matty Gibb, would probably know something about it.
He probably would. So yeah, I like listening to Matty. I've learned so much of him. Like I only found out about him a good couple of months ago, and sort of watching his old videos and listening to him talking on other podcasts. You learn a lot really quickly. I love that.
Yeah, and I had heaps of good feedback about it, and he definitely knows his stuff. And yeah,
Definitely.
I was super stoked to have him on, especially first episode. And yeah, that's trending pretty well. And yeah, there's even people overseas are saying how good it was. And yeah, no, he definitely knows his stuff, that bloke.
100%, 100%, especially when it comes down to rotary polishing. So, like, we only use the rotary on show cars and the high-end cars. Normal details and normal coating packs, we'll use the DA just for efficiency. But yeah, rotaries, you can't finish. You can't beat the clarity. You can't beat the finish. So,
100%. Ceramic or PPF, you probably would talk about your Titan coatings, really.
Yeah, ceramic for me, well, rubber membrane. So it's to me, it's where it's sort of evolving to. It's probably, in my opinion, probably the leaders. I've played with a fair few coatings over the years, old school, your hard shell coatings. You can't compare the two. So they're just completely different kettle of fish these days. So the rubber membrane, because it's an omniophobic coating, not a hydrophobic. So it wants to beat everything off it, from bat poo to high temperature green grease. So I've had a customer with his cruiser hit that, it sprayed down the side of the car, the tube just let go, and it was trying to bead and streak off the actual thick grease off it. So he wiped it off with the towel, and then he brought it in. We gave it a quick wash, and it literally just dropped it off the car. So that quick, that easy.
Wow. Where did Titan? I haven't had much to do with them, but where are they from? Here or
UK based, mate. UK based. So Titan. So they're actually a industrial company first. So they were doing like oil phobic coatings in the oil lines over in Europe. So that goes from Scotland over back to England with all the oil. That's where the scientists started from. So and then they've evolved from there. So
yep.
Because they're a coating with no maintenance. So especially with Vulcan, which is the rubber membrane. You can't maintain it. There's no maintenance product for it. So you try and put a quick detail or a topper, it just streaks it, makes it look horrible. So it'll try and repel everything you put on it.
Wow.
So yeah, cool technology that one was.
Do they have a durability span or?
I always say 10 years. So we've got ones that we've been using it for 5 years now. So we got cars that have come in after 5 years. They've only ever been washed, and they're still like the day we put them on. No maintenance, no nothing, no scratches, because they heal themselves too as well, being the rubber. They got a memory. Nothing. So far for real world conditions, 4 years so far, not a change. Don't know if they'd last out to 10 years, if depending on how you treat them. But for street cars, man, yeah, I'd say 10.
Wow. How do you apply that? Is that same as a ceramic?
Same as a ceramic, it's wiped on. But yeah, like I said, you just got it's on and off straight away. There's no waiting times for it. It's bonded straight away. And then you infrared cure it. It's cured within 15 minutes, fully set. You can go straight in the weather straight away.
Yep. Certification, is that required with them?
Well, there's no per se certification. You've got to message the distributor in Australia, Titan Coatings Oceania. Ockett's his name. So Joe was talking about him the other day. He used to run auto fiber. He brings it in now. And yeah, you just talk to him. We vet you. I'm one of the guys who vet the people who get it or don't get it. So look at their work, and they're pretty selective who they give it to, because it is pretty high quality coating. They're not sort of the G-Technics where there's 7 people in a town. So that have it, they're pretty selective who they give it to. So.
No, nice. No, I've haven't done a lot of coating research other than the main ones really that everyone else does. But Titan was, when I looked at your page, I'm like, never had much to do with it.
When you see how it actually works compared to a normal ceramic coating, it blows you away. Blew me away. My first one over washed after I did it. I'm like, this is not normal. They're bigger, fatter beads. So they're not the normal little beads that you see on ceramics. They're really big, fat, what we call flubber beads. They look like the movie Flubber. So that's why it doesn't water spot, because the beads don't dry out. So they just roll off your car as you're driving.
Yep. Is there any more other similar brands to that with the same rubber membrane in Australia?
Not in Australia. There's nowhere else in the world. So these guys have got the technology for the rubber membrane all copyrighted. So unless you're in the actual lab where they make it, you won't know what's in it. So they've got it pretty sewn up. So I haven't found another rubber membrane coating on the market. These guys have sort of got it the way it is, and we've just got a new line just released called Dark Matter. So we help develop it, and it's crazy good. I'll put some videos up my page in the coming weeks of how it reacts in the water, behavior, and it'll blow people away even more than our old school rubber membrane coatings.
Yeah, right. Is there many installers for Titan in Australia at the moment?
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a couple. There's one down in Melbourne. So Ocket's over in Perth. I think there's two over there. There's two of us in Queensland. So there's Sapphire Detailing in Brisbane and me in Toowoomba. And there's a couple in Sydney. Sydney's got 4 or 5, I think.
Yep.
Spread around the actual Sydney area. So they're not just all in one location. They're spread right around.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely with the low maintenance or zero maintenance, that's something not heard of.
That's the best part I've ever dealt with is the no maintenance. So like when you see those cars come back in years later and they're still like that the day you put them on and nothing's been put on top of them, and some of my cars, they live out in the actual country itself, so they get bugs, red soil, everything. Nothing changes on them.
Wow. Oh, it's good to hear.
Something a little bit different in the industry. You talk technology, evolution of coatings, how they've come over the years is just amazing.
Yep. And then when you said rubber membrane coatings, I thought maybe that's a separate sort of different coating you do to a car or something. But yeah, that's Titan altogether.
Yeah, tight. Yeah, so all the coatings, every single one of them heals. So we've got one of the guys down in Sydney did a video the other day just of the base coat that you can put down if you want to. It's called PX10. It's a carbon coating, so it's got no oxygen molecules in it. So you put it on your one-stage paints, sets them up for a good coating, almost like a primer, but a coating version. He scratched it with a dustpan brush off the floor, and it heals itself just like PPF. Tip hot water on it, it's healed within 10 seconds.
Wow. We know ceramic doesn't self-heal, but yeah.
So yeah, this one, if you jump on Perfectionist Detailing down in Sydney, and you can see the video, and it blew me away with that's just the base coat, let alone the rubber on top.
Wow, very interesting. Thanks for that. This could be it too. Best detailing tool or product you reckon that's been invented?
Invented? A pressure washer. So yeah, I'm actually a big fan of pressure washer technology, flow and volume and stuff like that. Pressure washer makes our life easy. Yep. Everyone can say chemicals and stuff, but what's the main thing that's in your hand every day? A pressure washer.
What do you use up there? What do you got?
Mate, I got Karcher Pro stuff, so I got a Karcher hot water one. So it's a great tool to have, especially with the hot water, with cleaning underneath cars and stuff like that. But yeah, you can't go wrong with them. I have no issues. I've had mine for, be going on 5 years now, almost 6. No, only thing I've ever done is bone up a hose.
Yep. Yeah, they've been around a while, Karcher. They're pretty bulletproof, some of them things. Yeah,
especially the professional line. So you actually go direct to Karcher Professional, and yeah, you can't beat them. Warranties, I think mine 10 years. So can't beat that.
Yep. Very nice. What do we got? Oh, interests outside of detailing. What do you like to do to unwind?
Mate, get in the caravan and bugger off when I have a spare chance, so to hide away from people. So that's my thing. Get out of the country, go out bushy and go everywhere. So go tripping around and see Australia.
Yep.
That's my interest. That and show cars. So I've got show cars. So that's my biggest interest.
What do you got, or what can you tell us you got?
Got a couple of cars. So from over years, was big into the sort of import sex spec days, the old full-on crazy show cars back in the day. So I've got a few of them. So but other than that, yeah, we just trip around in the caravan. That's the biggest hobby we've got these days. So.
Yep. All right. Very nice. Oh, anything else you want to talk about?
No, man, no. That's pretty much about it. So just the actual industry itself. I think Australia's going great guns at the moment. So seeing all the shops and what people do. So it's good to see. So good to see the industry actually thriving in Australia. So
we are going pretty well. So
a lot of the detailers are starting to get known worldwide. Some of their techniques and technologies and skills. So which is always a good thing.
Yeah, put us on the map.
So
what do you?
Yeah, I talk to a lot of American detailers and European detailers all the time, and always talking back and forth on how our areas, our conditions, UV and everything affects us, and they tell us about theirs. So you can always go back and forth between each other.
Yep. And that usually get the heads up on some good products coming out early too. They'll get them before we do usually. And
yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I'm always buying in things from overseas, bringing them in myself first before there's a distributor here, and play and always testing new things. So usually every week there's a package turning up from somewhere, so to play with something.
What's the updates on the shop? What do you
updates on the shop, mate? Still got a whole bunch of lighting to go inside. We got a specialized floor, the usual rubberized tiles coming in from China to be laid down. We've got a cool little inlay that goes into them, so with the shop logo that will go in the floor that people will see on the page in coming weeks whenever the main tiles get here. And yeah, just a whole bunch of new stuff. Whole lighting is the biggest thing we've got going in the shop at the moment. So from professional photography lighting, so all the way through to flood boxes and stuff like that going in the roof to give you that nice washed out natural light, afternoon happy hour light in the shop. So
you can never have enough light in a shop. That's one thing I've been looking at.
100%. So like this shop was set up originally, it's got the old halogen lights in the roof, but they're all getting changed to LED high bay downlights, and the walls are getting covered in spotlights, so I can wherever I sit a car in the shop, I can do a correction. So
have you got a scissor lift in there? Or are you looking to get one eventually?
No, mate, no. I got a 2-post hoist, so I can just pick up. I got 6-ton hoist, so I can pick up whatever we've got. Can go up in the air, especially when we're doing the underbodies and the wheels off sort of stuff. It's great.
Yep.
So for the big heavy cars.
Yep. No, awesome. All right. Well, how do people reach out to you, Ken, if they want to catch up with you?
Instagram or Facebook is the best way. So we don't have a website or anything like that. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So I put some funny videos up there. So that's where the sort of funny edits and the crazy videos are there. But other than that, yeah, Instagram, Facebook, mate. So that's the go-to.
Yep. Have you thought about a website or no? I've not long got one myself.
Man, not really. So all of the Toowoomba area is sort of all word of mouth. It's sort of an old money town. So if someone says you're good, everyone sort of comes to you. They all tell each other. They tell 10 friends. So I don't overly need the internet. So the website to do that, Facebook and Instagram does it all for me. It keeps us booked out for months in advance. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I not long got one done, and I was still traveling pretty well even without it. So
yeah, it's good to have. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, for what we do, so with word of mouth and sort of the stuff we have come in, so and with the new shop front, it's quite visible on one of the main streets in Toowoomba. Sort of don't need it.
No, very nice.
I'd rather talk to you and tell you about the coding than you reading it online, on the website. So
yeah, 100%. I think Titan might get a few looks this week.
Yeah, it blows people away. We've got a couple of young guys that have just sort of learned about it, come over, and it's blown them away when they've actually got their first tester bottle and stuff. And yeah, so it blows you away when you get to first use it. But once again, use what works for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it might not work for everyone, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Because they are a multi-layer coating. They're not just a one-layer coating. You can layer up to 5 layers if you want to. So if you want like the ultimate thick, it's 5 micron per layer. So you can layer it right up. So, but yeah, it's one of those things.
Yep. Yeah, I was just thinking it's single layer, and then you're talking about self-healing. So, yep.
Yeah. The ultimate package we do is what they call PX10, which is the carbon membrane, and then 2 layers of Vulcan on top. That gives you never-ending protection. That's all the cars in my shop go out like that. So, and then that's how they go out of my shop. No matter if buts or maybes, you don't get no decision. So,
yep. Nice. All right, we'll wrap it up. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Kent. And anyone else tuning in, don't forget to like and share our podcast. So, and also give it a rating as well. On Apple, you can definitely rate. I'm not sure about Spotify. I'm not up with Spotify, but yeah. And we'll keep this thing happening every week. And that's my plan at the moment. So yeah, if you are looking to come on and have a chat, don't be scared. I don't hurt, so and I won't bite. So yeah, it's going well. So all right.
Yeah,
thanks for your time.
Me, guys. I reached out to Dale, and he was very accommodating. So any guys want to talk, great dude to talk to.
Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty accommodating, and it's just trying to get times for people, and I'm still working on some other ones in the background as well. So I dropped into another place in Queensland the other day, so I won't drop anything just in case they don't want to come on. But yeah, we did have a chat about it. So good Aussie brand. So we'll see where that ends up, and we'll go from there. But I won't get too excited yet. But that'll be a good one. So, all right. Thanks for your time, Kent. And
you're welcome, mate. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. And thanks everyone for listening. Cheers.
That was another episode of the Detailing Down Under podcast. Subscribe now for everything auto detailing in Australia.